Hi, I'm delighted to be a part of this Western Mass Writing Project 3030 celebration, but I'm sad I'm not there in person. My partner and I are away on a long planned vacation, so I'm here to just participate virtually and miss all the person-to-person celebration. So I'll start. Thanks to my dear friend and colleague, Charlie Moran, I've been involved in the Western Mass Writing Project since it began, actually participating in the precursor with a 5-college partnership, and then in the decision to move to join the National Writing Project. Since that time, I've served on the executive board, been a site director, participated in and learned from many Western Mass Writing Project programs. Along the way in my remarks, I'm going to mention some of the people I've worked with, and I apologize in advance for those I miss. I want to start with those who keep the Western Mass Writing Project operating, the graduate students who work as office managers, scheduling, keeping books, ordering materials, all the fun stuff, all the unexpected things that keep it moving. The ones I've worked with most closely include Alicia Daniel-Story and Jessica Willette. I've also worked and appreciate the hard work of Kate Litterer and Jackie Ordway, who's making this virtual talk possible. Two other very important people are the two professional development coordinators with whom I've worked, Susan Connell-Biggs and Janie Bear-Layton. Both, through their professional expertise and commitment to the writing project, have been central to it fulfilling its mission, and both were valued advisors to me when I was a site director, and they've contributed in many, many ways. So as I reflect on my involvement over the years with the Western Mass Writing Project, what remains most memorable to me are the time spent with colleagues planning and participating in programs. But today I want to focus on two major events of the early 2000s, Project Outreach and transition away from National Writing Project financial support. Project Outreach was a seminal experience for the Western Mass Writing Project, challenging us to look deeply into who we were serving, who not, and what our mission should be. While many TCs were involved during the years of the Project Outreach Leadership Group included Karen Samariano, Bonnie Topaldi, Momadou Sarr, Susan Biggs, Cheryl Willis, Bruce Pennyman, and Dawn Fontaine. It was a 3-year project funded by the National Writing Project to assess access to and relevance of Western Mass Writing Project programs to teachers in high poverty areas. The data received from surveys of teachers and other data showed the way Western Mass Writing Project was failing to serve teachers. For example, programming not relevant to teachers in these areas, and also barriers to participation, time, money, distance. In short, the data challenged us to face the ways we were failing to serve teachers in low-income areas, particularly urban areas. It drove efforts to offer a summer institute in Springfield a couple times, to partner with the Springfield Y on programs for youth, and to offer an MTEL preparation course for teachers. Those are just examples of initial programs, and I know this effort is ongoing. More broadly, Project Outreach showed a need to revisit our mission statement, indeed to create one that would drive changes to Western Mass Writing Project to better serve the Project Outreach goals. Reading it now on the Western Mass Writing Project page, it looks so neat and succinct. I remember, though, that it arose out of collaborative, challenging, reflective process that called on us to develop together an understanding of our mission that we could continue to use to drive us in decision-making to better serve all teachers and in turn their students in our region. It remains as a document that is meaningful only so long as it does adequately speak to the values and goals of the organization, and if it does, then drives planning and action. I know having a mission statement was a valuable anchor when the National Writing Project lost federal funding, in turn meaning local projects lost that funding. That was a significant hit for us. With a mission statement to guide us, though, a core group saw that we made that transition successfully. They included people I've already mentioned, and also Wilma Ortiz, Joanne Wisniewski, Kevin Hodgson, Leslie Scange Hodgson, Alicia Lopez, others, all doing the hard work to write a successful grant to the Western Massachusetts Community Foundation for transitional funding, also to further develop our professional development programs with local schools, and most importantly, decide on what programs to prioritize given our mission. And now the Western Mass Writing Project is at another transition point. While this move from a base at UMass Amherst to Westfield State University may seem daunting with many unknowns, it is not without guideposts and reasons to believe in its success. Again, we have the Western Mass Writing Project mission statement to guide that transition. And thanks to the hard work of Donna LaCour, Jen DeGraja, the executive committee, a core group of co-directors and others, there's a path laid out for that transition. I'd like to close with just a few things that I've learned from my many years of involvement with the Western Mass Writing Project, and that I know remain true today and are the reason I have faith in the future of the project. First and foremost, while I realize that institutional support is important, an institutional base is not what is central to the Western Mass Writing Project. It is teachers, the many teachers across all grade levels who serve as co-directors, as leaders of specific programs, members of the executive board, and as participants in the many programs. Those teachers and the Western Mass Writing Project as an organization thrive on collaboration, working hard together and taking joy in that work. And resilience grows out of that collaboration. This intertwined collaboration and resilience have seen Western Mass Writing Project through previous challenges and have seen and will continue to see the project through this current transition. Remembering that change brings not only challenge, but also opportunity. The opportunity to revisit current programs, the mission statement itself, and to envision new ventures as well. And continuing to guide the Western Writing Project today and into the future is the mission of creating, I read from the mission statement, a professional community where teachers and other educators feel welcomed to come together to deepen individual and collective experiences as writers and our understanding of teaching and learning in order to challenge and transform practice. And central to our mission is the development of programs and opportunities that are accessible and relevant to teachers, students, and their families from diverse backgrounds, paying attention to issues of race, gender, language, class, and culture, and how these are linked to teaching and learning. I'm sorry I can't be there in person. I hope you have a wonderful celebration today, and I look forward to future encounters as Western Mass Writing Project moves forward. Thank you. PD, done.